everyone and welcome to another video. This is a lot more like up close and personal than I normally get. I've got a new lens, I've got a new, what is it called? Speaker too, but I'm just getting a battery for it, so I haven't got it at the minute, but I wanted to do just like a chatty video on my health and how that might affect my YouTube and how that might affect my life. Which makes it sound really morbid, and it's not, but I thought I would do it because there may be other people who are struggling with similar symptoms. Maybe you've got further down the line than I have, maybe not, maybe this will help no one, but I thought it was worth having a chat and to just sort of see, I guess, whether anyone else struggles in the way that I do. So, and actually I put a tweet out a little while ago about having potential kidney problems, and somebody else had sort of said, yeah, do a video about it, I'd be really interested in watching. So that's kind of spurred me on, and I don't know, so where to start? So basically I'm undergoing treatments for, I guess, is it treatment or is it tests, probably is the better word, for something I don't know is wrong with me, which is scary. And anybody who's in that situation will know it's scary because, or if you're not in that situation, it's scary because it could turn out to be nothing. But equally, especially if you go on Dr. Internet, it could turn out to be something really bad. You know, it could be something that changes my life forever. I don't know. I've been tested for things like autoimmune diseases, which they're going to retest for because they're not sure. You know, I'm having kidney tests, I'm having bladder tests, all sorts of like important parts of my body that could or could not be working right. And the frustrating thing is some of the tests that I've had back come back completely normal, which is great, but also really frustrating because I still don't know where I am. But I still don't really know where I am in the process. So where do I start? So when I was about 12, I got my first ever kidney infection. Now, I don't know if this is linked or not. I know it can have side effects maybe, but I wouldn't want to pinpoint it to being linked to this because I don't know. But yeah, so when I was 12 or something, I got my first kidney infection, and it was horrible. If you've ever had a kidney infection, it's like having the worst flu ever. It's like having tonsillitis as well. Like, it was an amalgamation of feeling terrible. And essentially what it is, if you don't know, is your kidneys are basically like sponges. And they should have tiny holes that filter through all the bad things. Now, if you get an infection and the holes sort of get bigger, they filter through kind of everything, so including your blood and things, which is why you feel so bad. You wee out blood. It's not nice. It's not a nice thing to have, but it's fixable with antibiotics. It takes a week or two, and you're feeling all jolly again, so that's good. So that happened, and now around the same time, I was just about to start taking, or had just started taking, Roaccutane, which may or may not contribute to whatever's wrong with me now. So if you don't know about Roaccutane, I will do a whole other video, but it's a really strong, or one of the strongest, I guess, things you can take for acne. Now, I was really depressed at this age about my acne. I was getting bullied about it. I was very naive, and at the time so were the doctors, as to the effects they could have on you. So it was one of those, you can't get pregnant because you'll have a baby that's deformed and probably will die, and you have to sign a consent form and say that you're not going to get pregnant because it's really bad for the baby, which, fine, I was 12. But other than that, they kind of left you to it. Now, when my friend had her Roaccutane, she had it later on, you had to go back for monthly visits. It was like a lot more stringent, and because there had been cases of suicide attempts after taking it and things like that, and depression and kidney problems and other things, and so, which was all scary. But for me, I just thought, yeah, there were some immediate side effects that I didn't really like, that made me feel a bit crappy, but actually I was, looking better, so I was feeling better. People weren't thinking I was this gross human anymore, so I just started to feel nice again. So actually I was like, I don't really know all the fuss is about this depression stuff, like whatever, I'm happy, I'm good. Went on with life, and then at about 16, 17, Roaccutane came back into my life again because the acne beast came back to get me again, I guess. And there are videos which I don't know if are still live or not, but I am kind of trying to compile a video together of old videos of me, which is just hilarious. And there are videos of me with Roaccutane, or suffering with acne and taking Roaccutane. You can see the process somewhat. I didn't film it as much as I wish I had because I was too embarrassed, but yeah, so came back into my life. Now, not only is it controversial to take it for one course, taking it for 2 courses is kind of almost unheard of. But I was at a point where it was do or die, and for me, I didn't think I was suffering any side effects from it. So from before, there were things going on in my life that were making me miserable, but I didn't link the fact that I was feeling depressed to Roaccutane, and I still don't. I think I was probably one of the lucky ones, maybe. I don't know. Until I know what the diagnosis for this, whatever is wrong with me is. But yes, so got rid of that, got past that. Then I started to get kidney infections or bladder infections more regularly. Now, again, I don't know if it's linked, because I know that you can suffer with kidney problems from it, but it could also be so many other things. It could just be bad luck. So I guess I went a few years feeling quite healthy, and then stress and depression, and I had an alcoholic mother, which I can link a video down below about. I think I made one about. I lost my mum, and all those sorts of things happened. But throughout that time, I was on and off ill. So we went to Thailand, but for the few years before that, I was on and off sick so much. Knee swelling, back pain, or what I pinpoint as what they call flank pain or kidney pain. Just so many issues that I was taking time off work so much, just fatigued all the time as well. So I eventually decided I'm going to go to the doctors about this, and it was off the back of another kidney infection that I'd had, that I was literally delirious. I nearly ended up in hospital. I was really poorly. So yeah, I nearly actually crashed my car that day, which was terrible, and that was the first day of a new job, so I had to take time off of my new job because I had a kidney infection, which didn't obviously go down very well. So that happened, and then I'm trying to think where we went from there. So I started going to the hospital and to have different bits and bobs of treatment, and we got as far as I can't remember what it's called, a cyst or something, where they put a camera up your wee hole, to be specific, which for me, it shouldn't be that uncomfortable, but for me, we found out through this process that I have a very small wee hole. Weird thing to know about yourself, I know. And they thought that might be contributing to not getting out enough, to causing protein in the wee and giving infections because things are getting backed up. I tried all the tricks of the trade in terms of making sure I go for a wee, wait 30 seconds, see if any more comes out. All of those sorts of things I've tried, and it doesn't work. But me being stupid and impatient, it was just after my mum died that I was having these tests, or not long after. My boyfriend had been to Thailand and come back and said that he really wanted to go. I was miserable. I had nothing going for me here, so I thought, screw it, I'm going to go to Thailand. After they did this camera thing, which they thought might have been the problem or causing some of the problems, I did start to feel better. But I have bouts of I'll feel great for a while and then I'll feel crap again. So I shouldn't have left it at, I feel a bit better so I won't go, but I did. So I went on my little merry travels to Thailand, where I continued to suffer from many problems. Luckily, I don't think I ever really actually got a kidney infection, but I was sick feeling quite often. I was in bed a lot, I fatigued all the time. I can have a proper night's sleep and still be tired. I feel like it today, but I'm forcing myself to do the things I need to do. I can't spring myself out of bed like some people just seem to be able to. It just doesn't happen for me. So I get back from Thailand and things just carry on declining, and it just got to a point again where I was I got another kidney infection, and I thought, I really, really need to go back to the doctors. My legs were swelling to the point where I couldn't bend it to a 90-degree angle. It just so bad and painful, and it makes you feel gross and slobbish, and I want to feel good and be able to wear nice clothes that make me feel sexy, and I want to be able to go on holiday and wear my bikinis or swimming costumes and feel good. And if you've got swollen it's not just knees, the swelling goes all the way down my legs and into my ankles, so it just makes me look like I'm really chunky, and it just doesn't feel nice. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a big girl if you're happy that way, but that's not me. And when you're swelling, there's something clearly wrong. It makes you feel fatigued, just ill, like the effort to move and do anything is impossible. And I work long days, and I work 5 or 6 day weeks, and I work in a job as an estate agent where I'm constantly on the move. You know, I'm showing houses around for most of the day, so it's just frustrating. I'm always more susceptible to getting ill. I'm always getting colds and things because I'm feeling low and my immune system's low. So where I've got to now is I've been tested for some sort of autoimmune diseases, which I don't have. I don't have like is it lupus? I don't have diabetes, which is good because I was worried that might have been part of the cause. I don't have arthritis because I thought the knee thing might have been like a rheumatoid arthritis thing. I don't have like a lot of the things that they test for in a blood test, which could be really scary in life, like lifelong. I don't have, which is good. My thyroid is good. I have a family history of bad thyroid problems, and I thought that might have been part of the problem. It's not that. In that sense, it's good. My E's and something count is good. My blood count is good. I'm not iron deficient, even though I thought I was. I really thought I was anemic. I think I'm on like a lower scale, but I'm not actually deficient, which is great. I'm a healthy person. My kidney count through blood tests seems to be normal, which is amazing. But that doesn't help me because I still feel terrible, and I still have pain. It's constant pain in my lower back, it's not back pain. It feels like someone's squeezing on my kidneys. Like there's a difference. I get back pain. Where I'm at the minute is I'm going back so I've just had blood tests done at the hospital. I've given a wee sample which 100% had protein in it. You can see, just TMI, but you can see protein in your wee if it's bad enough. And I can actually feel if I've weed out protein because it has it's really weird to explain, but there's a bit of an uncomfortable feeling afterwards once you've done it. It's not like a burning feeling or anything like that. It just doesn't feel very nice afterwards once you've peed out protein, which is gross, but whatever. This is a conversation about health and things like that. So 100% protein in it. I'm not going to be surprised when they tell me there was protein in it. I could see it. So then I went to the doctors because she told me she doesn't think this. So I went to a urologist in hospital. She tells me she doesn't think anything is related. My knees have actually gone down a bit. They just go through stages, and it's really frustrating. So I went to the doctors, and he's put me in I just went and I whinged until I got something. And my doctor's really, really good. He's very thorough. He's very much just good, and he wants to redo the whole blood test that he did with me originally, and I'm not bothered by blood tests. I've had so many, and I've got good veins apparently, so it doesn't bother me. But she did like sugar levels, kidney levels, and like my blood count in general. So he wants to wait for those to come back from the hospital, and then me go back and get more blood tests with him. He's also put me in for physio for my back and my knees, which is good because I actually have a bad back anyway, so it's kind of worked kind of well. Hopefully they can get to the bottom of that kind of process. They won't do tests for you, CT scans for ladies under 40 unless they have to because of radiation, which I think is really good. So they're giving me an x-ray on my kidneys again, which I've had before, which will probably come back as clear. And I'm having another one of the cameras up my wee holes, which I'm dreading because I know how painful it was last time. But this time I think what I'll do is just take some sort of like, I've got like anti-anxiety and like relieving, stress relieving, pain relieving pills. So maybe I'll just take one of those beforehand. So yeah, and that's on the 18th of May. So we're not quite in May yet, but nearly in May. So on the 18th of May I'm having that done, and also on the same day I think I'm having the x-ray done, and I'll get the results back. So for the time being, I know nothing. But if any of you guys are suffering from the same things that I do, so just to recap, swelling of like my legs, knees, constantly cold, especially on my extremities, fatigued all the time, what feels like kidney pain, protein in your urine quite often, my wee never is right. It doesn't matter how much water I do or don't drink, it just doesn't ever feel or look right. If any of you suffer with anything like that, and maybe you could help me or know somebody who could help me, then please could you just let me know, because it could be one of those things where, you know, where doctors don't diagnose something and it's something really unheard of, something like that, that maybe just one of you might know about. Equally, it could be an amalgamation of things that just need to be sorted. I don't know. I'm on naproxen. Is that what it's called? Naproxen? Something like that now. Nalarex? No, not Nalarex. That's something completely different. Naproxen, which is just like a stronger ibuprofen to help with my knees for the time being. And I basically just live off caffeine to get me through. So another reason why I tell you this is because obviously this will affect my YouTube business, work balance, life balance. I need some sort of home balance as well. So obviously these things will affect it, but I will try and make it not affect it as much as possible, in that today I filmed 3 videos. That for me is a week's worth of videos at least. I mean, I could do a week and a half because I could do 2 videos if I'm feeling really crappy this week. So depending on how I feel, depends on when I do and don't post. But I've got a few other ideas of videos that I want to do, so I'm thinking it'll probably be a week's worth of videos. Then I'm going to get on to doing some blogging, which is lacking a little bit because we've got crap weather outside. I need my boyfriend to help me, and yeah, I'm struggling because the ideas that I've got for my blog I can't do as of yet, so that's a bit frustrating. But blog, I really want to get going as well, so I want to do kind of 3 videos a week, 2 blog posts a week maybe, but also equally I want to work just as hard on my Etsy store as well as doing my full-time job. So there's a lot. But if I disappear for a week, find me on Twitter. I will be there. If I haven't uploaded, you'll find something on Twitter to let you know why, or my blog, or my Instagram even, or, you know, my Etsy store even. There'll be a notification somewhere. You'll find me around on the interwebs. I have a Facebook as well, but it's for like my planner stuff, but you'll still find me on there making posts if I'm not doing this as such, because this takes effort, because I have to get ready, and you know, all that sort of stuff. But you will find me around in any of my links down below, so just go and look at those. My updates for my health and things like that might go to my blog, I don't know, so I would keep an eye out and follow both of them if you're interested. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. I say this in every video, there's a coupon for my shop which will have new designs out by the time you watch this, for watching my YouTube as a thanks. There's always a coupon in the bottom. It's pretty much always valid. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. Let me know what you think about this new camera lighting setup thing I've got going on. I've tried out some different angles today. The mic isn't very good, I know that, but I do have a good one. So ignoring sound, just on looks alone, how do we think it is? I hope it's good. I spent a lot of money on this lens. So enjoy your week, weekend, day, wherever it is you're watching, and I'll speak to you all in my next video. Bye!